Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Airlinesim with me, Alfapiomega and PNLL. Today we will discuss the workings of our Polish national carrier in detail, because I have a lot of things to announce and a lot of things to show you. So without further ado, let's get right on with it. I'm going to start by markets and exchanges, which is the overall global situation on the market. It has been going in the very good direction. Actually, it has broken the 950 and it's currently at 954, which is a steady growth. In the last 7 days, we've added 3.36%. And over the 30 days, we've added 25.86%. So the global economic index is making us very happy, I have to say. So let's hope the trend will stay like this for some time, because we could use the money. I spoke about that extensively last time. Furthermore, I have done a lot of changes to the airline that I will present to you in the next couple of minutes. But first of all, let's look at the overall situation in the company. That stems both from the changes that I did and from the global economy index. Now, you can see that our seat load factor has been steadily increasing every week since the week 40. Unfortunately, I can't go more in the past, but I'm pretty sure we bottomed out at somewhere around 79.8%. And we are now sitting at whooping 91.06%. I actually don't think we ever had a seat load factor like this. It's really high. And it's making me extremely happy. We also managed, or actually this is probably my doing, we increased the revenue per passenger to 146 Airlinesim dollars. It has been steadily increasing, for quite some time now too. And the revenue per flight is increasing as well. So we have more passengers in our planes, we're earning more from them, which in turn is increasing the revenue per flight. I couldn't be more happy, honestly. I don't know what the closing numbers will be for this week, but I expect them to be even higher, because we've added 4% last week, 4% the week before, and I'm pretty sure we could add at least 2 to 3% this week too. So that would be nice. Accounting-wise, we'll have to wait for the numbers for a bit more time, because while the week closes at Sunday midnight actually, we have started our company on Tuesday, so our accounting week is well ahead of us. On the other hand, I still expect this to be a record week, so let's hope for some 8 to 9% margin. That would make me extremely happy. You can see that the income in cargo is already almost at what it was last week, so we will definitely break our numbers there. The passenger revenue, I can't really say, but we should have at least 2 more days, so about 25% extra. So it's possible that we will have more income. Now, when I was speaking about the changes, what the hell did I do? Well, I have been constantly moving through this list of seat load factors, and I have been battling and sniping out the worst destinations in our plan, and trying to find better stations for that. So from all of these stations, we are flying to Rhodos, but with a smaller plane. We are not flying to Kerkira, Corfu at all. We're battling the prices at the Malmö. Bordeaux is still okay. Naples, it's okay. I'm tweaking the prices there. We have cancelled Beirut and Zagreb. And we have cancelled a couple more destinations that I will show you right now. So the changes here are as follows. I have switched Rhodos and Aberdeen. I think I mentioned that in the last episode, but I wasn't able to actually demonstrate it. So let's look at it now. We have a bigger airplane flying to Aberdeen, which is proving like a good idea. The business class is completely full. We're not getting completely full economy class, but that doesn't really matter, at least on the outbound flight, and on the inbound flight we're having completely full airplane. So this is actually a great choice on my side, and Aberdeen is a candidate for a further increase. Yeah, we're getting a 26% margin on this flight, and we are getting 23% margin on the outbound flight. So that's good. Rhodos, on the other hand, is a candidate for cancellation at this point, because even with the downgrade, the flights aren't really earning as much. The return flights are okay, I have to say. We're getting a decent amount of money from it. Yeah, $450, which is a 6% margin. That's not bad, you know, considering. But the outbound flights are just horrible, and by horrible I mean they're awful. We're losing 3,804 Airlinesim dollars, which is a minus 136% margin. So Rhodos is definitely gonna be cancelled. I'll try to figure out if I can do something like reschedule it to some different time. Maybe that would help. But Rhodos is a candidate for cancellation. So I'll put it in the plan here. Cancel or reschedule. Okay, I've cancelled the route to Beirut and to Kerkira Corfu. These weren't doing us any good, but instead we started flying to Florence, Rzeszów, and Cagliari. All of these destinations proving very good for us. So Rzeszów is a domestic flight. Hold on, of course I screw this one up, and it's doing very well, I have to say. I have to be really careful with prices here, so this is just like $15 in income, 0% margin, and on return should get about the same. Wait, what? Oh yeah, this is the old flight. I have oh wait, we're flying 2 daily. Oh, okay. So we have 2 daily connections to Rzeszów now. I thought this was one big airplane, but it's 2. So we're having 2 flights per day there, and we're having 2 flights per day back. Again, these aren't really earning us money. Actually, you can see here we have a bit of a minus 2% margin and $70 in loss. On the other hand, these are actually useful, and I'll tell you why. I think I already explained this once, so I hope it's clear. But you have an airplane that you have fixed costs for, like leasing, maintenance. You have the crew, and I think those are all. So you have these costs, and if the plane flies only 1 time per day, you have only 1 flight that will pay for these costs. So of course there's more pressure on that 1 flight, and it will be very hard to make it profitable. But if you fly to 4 destinations per day, you divide these costs, like maintenance, like leasing costs, like cabin crew payment, to all these flights. So these are very short, very fast flights that manage to take on some of these costs. And even though they might not seem completely profitable, A, they give us some direct feed, and B, they pay for some of these costs. So every other flight has, for example, 2 or 3% less of these costs to pay for, and thus they earn us more money. I hope this is like this is a bit clearer now. If you don't understand what I mean, then let me know. So Rzeszów is definitely a good destination for us, as you can see. And the other one was Cagliari and Florence. I don't think I actually checked Florence. Ah, man. Always. Well, okay, Florence is not such a good destination. But the return is okay, I guess. What are the earnings? So we are earning a bit here. 528 Airlinesim bucks in loss. And the outbound flight is gonna be worse. Yeah. Okay, so I'll have to investigate Florence. I'll write it. Cancel Florence or reschedule. So Florence is not working as well as I thought it would, but you know, all in a day's work. It's a new flight, so yeah, you see that we have just started it. So I have to check it and decide what to do with it in the end. But I'm pretty sure that Cagliari are working better. Yes, Cagliari are proving very good. So if you look at this fight, this one is not full, while the other ones will probably be. It's earning us a decent 9% margin, and the return fights are all full. Awesome. So Cagliari is here to stay. Yeah, this one is earning us a decent buck. So Cagliari is to stay. I have checked, I've done a lot of changes and tweaks to the price over the time. Most were cosmetic. Okay, I have to reverse you again. But certain destinations needed it, and some of them are even responding well. I don't think Wisby is one of those, though. Yeah. Well, it's better. We had a absolutely zero amount of business class passengers. Now we're getting some after the big drop that I've done to the price. Let's see what... Yeah, it's a 28% marginal loss. The outbound flights are responding to the drop of price better, it seems. Yeah. You know, it's not such a big loss, but Wisby needs to be checked more. There's no, competition there or anything. We could actually use a bit more economy class passengers here and less business class. So that's something to consider. And what was the other one? Voronezh. Yeah, Voronezh is a dead place as far as I can say for business class travel. No matter how deep I drop the price, there is actually we're starting to get some. I bet these are the cheap ones. Yeah, but you can see these flights didn't get anything either. So Voronezh just doesn't have any business class passengers at all. Though the income isn't all that bad. I'm tempted to keep it, especially because we're getting quite a lot of feed from this. So even though the margin is awful, at least we're getting something now. Before it was all zeros. Now at least we're getting like 3 to 4 per flight. So that's okay. So far I didn't show that many good results, did I? I thought I did. Okay, and I have a good news on a different place. We started 2 daily flights to Budapest. We started the first one, which proved to be a great success. So we added the second daily connection, and you can see already they're full. The big issue here is that these are not very profitable, but they're giving us some sort of feed, from our own feeders. So they increase the amount of passengers in the actual network. So that's pretty good. And at least we're not running them at a huge loss. They earn us something. So, but what would you want, from a short flight in Europe between 2 big cities? There's so much competition, man. Just so much competition. Actually, I wonder, we can check how much competition there is, because I didn't have the numbers before. So Warsaw to Budapest. I think we're not the highest rated. No matter how deep I drop my price. Actually, where the hell are we? Look at all of these flights. Okay, we're here. So we have rating 98, and all of these flights are above us. So yeah, that's why I had to drop the prices so much. But on the other hand, there's some other flights that are a bit more expensive that are behind us. So that makes me happy because we're stealing money from them. But if I just increased the price a bit, I would drop below them, and the seat load factor would be worse. So we're stealing our share of feed, and we're stealing our share of money. Again, this helps. It pays for the direct costs, so it's not bad. And are these all? Yeah. I had also a change of prices on Naples. Because the load factor... Naples is one of those destinations that do very well on one part of the flight. The outbound flight is, I think, really good. While the outbound flight is really good. I think it also earns us quite a lot of money. Yeah, it's earning us a lot of money. But the inbound flight is awful. Yeah, and I increased the price and fucked up the... Yeah. God damn it. Okay, I didn't help at all. Oh well, the seat load factor was like 61%, and now it's dropping rapidly. So what was the price before? I'm totally sure. 115, 380. I think it was less. I can't remember, honestly. I'll have to investigate it later. But you know, on the other hand, this is one of the flights that's costing us less. You know, we're still in a profit as if we count it together. The outbound flight pays for the return one, so that's at least a thing. I'm thinking we might put a smaller plane to this route and schedule this one to Cagliari, for example. That would probably be better, because even we have some space even on this flight. Okay, never mind. What's else? Should this be? I did that. Okay, now the brand news that I have been wanting to speak about is that we finally have a brand new Bombardier Canada Regional Jet 1000 next generation. We got it, and it's a completely new airplane right from the factory. And I actually have a bit of a story to tell you about this. You know that I'm in the Wings of Quality, which is a loose association of airlines, which is kind of funny, but that's actually what it is. There is very little cooperation in this kind of alliance. This is probably the least cooperative alliance that I've ever seen. On the other hand, I have very good relations with Helvetia Air, which is airline you guys all know about. These were one of the first partners that I had in Europe, and they always supported me. So I asked them if they could maybe help me with this, because I reached out to them and said, like, look, if I'm gonna get this, I can either order it directly from the Airlinesim market, or I can, or you can buy them and I will lease them from you and I pay you. That way you are getting the money, I am getting the airplane, and we are both happy. They agreed to this, and they actually bought the aircraft for me, all of them, 4 of them, and they are now putting them on the market. So I snatched the first one. We're doing it on a timeless schedule. I always let them know 2 days in advance, and they will put the next aircraft on the market when I'm ready. I have done a considered rescheduling. I will show you this in a second, but it's already doing us a great job. The original deal that we have with Helvetia Air is, I think, for 5 aircraft that I will take from them, and then they shown that they are interested maybe even in providing me with the Airbuses. So they will eventually work as a lessor for me for all my new aircraft. One big thing I would like to thank them for is that I didn't ask for that. They did them on their volition. They offered me the aircraft for 80% price. So not only are they leasing me the aircraft, they're actually giving me a good deal. So I'm happy about that, and I would like to thank sincerely for that. Because, again, I didn't suggest that. I would be leasing it even for a full price, but they're very kind, and I appreciate that because it makes it easier for me to work with these new airplanes. So, we got the new Bombardier. A next generation. The configuration is 80-12, and you can see that it's already doing good. I have rescheduled quite a lot of flights on this aircraft. It's flying 4. It's flying to Stockholm. It's flying to Kaliningrad. It's flying to Kaunas, and it's flying to Belgrade. These seemed all like the best choice. And judging by the numbers that are for the 31st, and now it's 29th, you can see that all of them are gonna end up full. Funny thing though is that when you compare these flights to the original ones, they're actually earning us a bit less than they were on the original aircraft. I'm gonna show it to you through the inventory. So this actual flight numbers, this is 907 Belgrade. So it's Eastern Europe, 907. Okay, so here. So you can see before there was a much smaller airplane. It was the Canada Regional Jet 900, an old one. But when you look at the final numbers, you will figure out that, or see that it was earning us 4,047 Airlinesim dollars, which is a 32% margin. Now we're earning 3,643 Airlinesim dollars with 26% margin. Even though the amount of people transported is bigger and the aircraft is more efficient. This is because of the indirect cost, like leasing and maintenance, because we have been paying for this aircraft, the Canada Regional Jet 900. Currently, this is which one? AAA. Oh, that's the first aircraft we ever got, actually. AAA. So we are paying 68,000 for that aircraft, while the new one, which is ABF, we are paying 137,878 Airlinesim dollars. So, you know, even though we earn more from the flight, we have a better margin and more efficient aircraft that burns less fuel per seat, and, you know, that will cost us much less in maintenance. Even then, the actual leasing on 80% is much more costly in the end than that. But I don't mind, because this we needed to do this. I have been speaking about that, so we have to do this. We're getting more people into our network, and we're getting better factor, you know, better, well, not better prices, but better factor, which is what it's all about. Our image grew. We have better price performance ratio. We have image after penalties better. So everything is better, and we're better rated on the route, so we can provide more feed to our net. I'm actually thinking that I'm gonna switch when I obtain the other thousands to this route, like Belgrade and other, and start increasing prices slightly to accompany for the image growth. But you know, that's the sound of the future, because Belgrade is one of our biggest biggest airports, at least like when it comes to the focus. I'm actually interested in how much we're getting in Belgrade. That's an interesting idea. Let me check. Yeah, we're number 7 in Belgrade, which is kind of fun. When you think about it, you know, we have only 4 flights per day, and that's 3.51%. That's Serbian Airlines, really? I didn't know that. PK Intercity. Good coffee. He's only flying to near Europe, so he's not even reaching out there. It might be a good idea to eventually sign an interlining agreement with him, as I will keep increasing the prices, that is, because he's flying to Greece and some destinations in Serbia that I will never serve. So it might be a good idea. I need to keep this in mind. How much would... Actually, we might do it immediately. That's gonna help. I don't think it's gonna be very expensive. Wait, that's inventory. I wanted interlining. Yeah, 3,600. We can definitely pay that. So I'd like to see that. Okay, so that's the big aircraft. We also did a number of smaller changes, because as we moved the flights to bigger aircraft, Kaunas, Belgrade, Kaliningrad, and Stockholm, we also had to move other destinations to the flights, to the aircraft that lost their flights. So we moved Petersburg and Ostrava to the Canada Regional Jet 900. So let's check Petersburg, because I think that one is doing good. 95.56 here. Okay, it's too early to say, I guess, but it's gonna be good. You know, the overall seats offered to the seats filled is pretty good. I think that's gonna do us well. The next aircraft was Ostrava. Yeah, Ostrava is a very good, though very short destination for us, you can see, is very, very close to Poland. Actually, there's a big Polish minority in Ostrava, so this is a good destination for us. Yeah, you can see that when we increase the amount, the economy seats are already fully booked. Though I don't see... Yeah, well, the business class isn't, but still, it's gonna earn us a good buck, and we're getting a lot of feed. So that's good. What else is there? I think I opened new destinations. Sochi is being covered by a bigger aircraft, so is Graz. I added a third daily flight to London Gatwick with the Canada Regional Jet 700. And I started flying to Trondheim and Vilnius. Those are 2 new destinations in our net. So Vilnius actually is a big surprise because it's completely full even after such a short time. Yeah, you can see that it immediately booked. So I increased the prices slightly to see what the effect will be, and it seems like it's gonna be okay. So they're gonna fly with a slightly higher price, but still, it was earning us a decent buck already. But with a 380, Airlinesim dollars in margin, when I look at, so we increased 5. It's 30 times 6. It's 180, and then 8 times 15. Wait, 8 times 15. Yeah, so we're nearly doubling the profit with such a small increase. So that's gonna be another big thing for me. But Vilnius seems like a great destination. There's a huge amount of competition on this route, but I guess there's still place for us to fly. It's the same with Kaunas, which is a destination people neglected, but I found out that it's actually open to so many flights. There's such a big demand. It's good, I guess. It's good, we need to do that. And I'm hoping that Trondheim will look... it's looking good. Okay. Last time I checked it, there was 0 bookings. So, yeah, that's good. Trondheim is a good choice then. It's a fairly long route. I had a bit of a problem scheduling it, but it seems like it's gonna earn us a decent buck in the end. Yeah, that's gonna be good. I think that's gonna be fine. Decent, I have to say. Okay, so those are all the big changes in the routing and in the scheduling. I am happy that I got these notes. I'll have to check the forans and rotos, find substitutes, because I have been spending a lot of time trying to make things work. The last thing that I did yesterday evening is that after all, I canceled the flight to New York because it just doesn't work. It's too random. I'm gonna show you what I mean. I think we're not ready for it yet, but as we upgrade and renew our fleet, we're eventually gonna resume it, which is why I'm not gonna break the interlining agreement with Skura Airways. I'm gonna keep it, pay for it. I just won't deal with it right now. But I found out that the flight. Let's look at inventory. It's gonna be better. When you look at the flights to New York, they're just, too random. Like sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. I don't think price is doing anything to change it at all, because no matter how I tweak the prices, the flights are just like, sometimes they book, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you have a lot of people, sometimes you don't. So it's not working as I intended to, and I will need more feed. Though I honestly can't imagine how much more feed I would need to make this work when I have the biggest airline in New York. I have Helvetia Air, Union Air, Interberlin, and me in Warsaw, and we are still not making this one work. So I think there really is no point in even trying anymore. I think I might look for a different destination next time, like Chicago, maybe LA. I don't know. I really don't know what could make this work, It's just too weird. So we're gonna return the Tupolev next week, and I'm gonna use the money that I'm gonna gain from that to get another. Yeah, I'm gonna get 1,600. So that's 1,651,000. Not 160. So 1,651,000. So next week I'm gonna be able to get another Canada regional jet, and the week after that another one. So I'll have three I'll have 3 brand new Canada regional jets in 14 days. So yeah, I have one last request, which is sort of for a fan art. I'm gonna explain what I mean. I'm very happy that you guys made me. Actually, one of you made me this logo for PNLL, and I would like to keep it, but there's a number of airlines, and I had that in past, which have like a livery for their aircraft done, or they have you know, some people are very good with Photoshop, so they even made like a real world aircraft and they repainted it in Photoshop, and it looks extremely good. So I'm pretty sure some of you who are playing Airlinesim either know someone who does this, then pass me a contact because I'll ask for it, or you might be doing that yourself. So as a commemoration to the new Canada regional jet that we just got, I think I would like to have a livery. So if anyone knows how to do this, I'm looking forward to your suggestions. I'm gonna search myself, the forum and other places for people who do this, and asking them if they might be willing to do it. But you know, you're my fans, so you get a free pass as the first guys. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll continue in tweaking out everything. We need to increase our margin, we need to increase our profit, and we need to get more new aircraft, because I said I would do this, I'm doing it, and I'll only keep doing that more. So till next week, you guys take care.